Hello everyone, welcome back again. In this class we will be learning how to work with fonts in HTML. So in this tutorial we will be learning like how to change a font color, how to change a font style, how to give those underline, bold, italic, and so on. So let's go inside here. After that, let's start from heading 1. Now first thing what we have to do is let's try to change the font color of this one. So let's save this one first, save as, and then I will be saving it as fonts.html. So try to give a relevant name. So let's try to view it inside our browser. So by default, if we do not specify anything, it will have a font color of black. So let's minimize it. Let's go here, and then the first thing is let's try to change a font color. So the HTML tag to change a font color is font color is equal to, after that we have to give a font color name here. So there are HTML Unicodes, like you can search it on the internet, and then you can use those Unicodes. It can be like if it's hexadecimal code, it will have contain like numbers and then letters. But for now, for our basic example, let's try to use a solid color, like let's say green. So if we save this one, go back and then view it inside our browser, it will change the font color to green. So that is how we can change a font color. So it can be with a paragraph also. For example, if I write a paragraph here, after that let's hello, welcome to my website. Okay, I will teach you HTML. Okay, after that let's say we are done with our paragraph. Now let's save this one, let's go back, and then if we refresh it, it will be an green color because we did not close this font here. Now if you want to have this one and then this one to have a font color, the first thing what we have to do is we have to close the font here. After that let's go back to our paragraph here. After that let's write again font color is equal to, let's give yellow. After that let's go back here. After that let's close our font. Let's save this one, let's go back to our browser and then refresh it. So it will have a font color yellow. Now for example, if you want to change the font size of this one, let's say you want to change the font color of this paragraph, so let's go back here. Now if you are already using the font color, you can specify the size from here, right? 10 pixel. We can do it like this. But for example, if you are not using any font color out here, for example, and then if you want to change the font size, the HTML tag is font size is equal to, let's say 10. So it will have a 10 pixel. So since we have used two fonts here, let's go here. After let's close once more. Okay, now let's save it, let's go back, and then if we refresh it, it will have a font size of 10 pixel. Now if the 10 is too big, let's make it the 4. Let's refresh it, it will have a 4 pixels of font size. Now Another one is if you want to change the font style. So this is how to change a font color, this is how to change a font size. Now if you want to change the font style, let's change the font style of this one. Welcome to HTML page. The HTML tag is font face is equal to, after that we have to write our font name. After that, let's close the font out here. Now if you want to change the font style of some particular paragraph text, you can use the HTML tag font face is equal to, after that we have to write the font name here. Now if you do not remember any font name, you can Google it, or else by simply you can open your Microsoft Word. After that, inside your Microsoft Word, from here, from where we choose a font style, you can click here. After that, you can choose any font name from here. Let's try to use Algerian. So make sure to write the same name what you see here. So Algerian, let's go back to our notepad. After that, Algerian, Algerian. So now let's save it. Let's go to our browser. After that, if we refresh it, it will have a font style of Algerian. So that's how we can change a font style. If you do not remember the font name, you can go back to Word, Microsoft Word, or like a Photoshop, or you can Google it for a font name. But it is very important to remember some font names also. So try to remember some few font names which you may be wanting to use inside your HTML pages. So I will review it again. This is the HTML tag to change a font color. This is the HTML tag to change a font style. After that, this is the HTML tag to change the font size. So make sure to write your tag before a particular sentence or a paragraph, so that it will affect these things. So if we write here the font size is equal to 4, that particular font size will affect this one. Okay, now let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Okay, now let's say you want to underline this one. All right, let's try to make it underline this one. So let's go back here. So the HTML tag to underline a particular sentence or a paragraph is U. U stands for underline. So let me close, since I want it to underline only this much. Welcome to my HTML page. So after using it, make sure to close your tag. So U stands for underline. So if we go back and then refresh it, that particular paragraph, a sentence or words will be underlined like this. Now if you want to make a, let's try to make this one bold. Now if you want to make a particular text bold, let's try to apply it here. The HTML tag is P for bold. After, let's go back here. Since I want to make it bold only this much, I will close the bold. So let's save it. Let's go back here. After that, if we refresh it, this particular paragraph will be in bold. So let's go back. Instead of yellow, let's give some strong colors. Let's try to use red. So this particular sentence will be in bold. Now if you want to make it italic, bold and then italic, so the HTML tag is I. I stands for italic. So since I want it only till this much, I will close this tag I. So let's save it. Let's go back and then refresh it. So that particular paragraph will have both bold as well as italic. So you can use all of these combination at once also. Like for a particular paragraph, you may want it to underline it, you may want it to make it bold, italic and then change color and then font size. You can apply all of this at once for a particular sentence, a particular paragraph also. So like these things, these are some of the CSS. These are actually CSS properties, but we can use these things within inside our HTML pages for some basic things, or else all of this can be achieved using CSS also. Now if you want to make it a strike through, like the HTML tag is TAL, so let's go back here. After that, let's close this. TAL, tilde. Okay, so let's save it. Let's go back to our browser. If we refresh it, it will have a strike through like this. So the HTML tag is TAL. Now with the introduction of a HTML page, HTML5, instead of this bold, we can use strong also. Strong. This is another small paragraph. So instead of bold, you can use strong also. So let's go back and then refresh it. It will have a bold font style. Now for example, if you want, I will teach you HTML this one. If you want this one to appear out here within and a new line, the HTML tag we can use is PR. So since I will teach you HTML, I want this one and a new line. Before this one, you can add line break. So these are empty elements. Empty element means this type of text, it can come in single, it does not have to be close. So if we give PR line break, this particular sentence I will teach you HTML will come to new line. So if you want more spacing there, you can go on adding more PR. So I have given 2 PR, so it will have a 2 line break like this. So while writing a paragraph or while arranging some images or audio or video text, if you want something to appear in a new line, you can use PR. PR stands for line break. So PRD are used to make it appear on the new line. So this is an HTML tag to change a font color. This is the font face, is used to change the font style. U stands for underline. TEL stands for that strike through. After that, I for italic, and then in place of a bold B tag, you can use strong also. Now let's try to look onto some more examples on how to work with fonts. So let's try to use subscript and then superscript. For example, H2O. For example, you want to write chemical formula of water, H2O. So when we go and then view it, see, it does not appear here. These two should be below. So when something letter it goes below a normal text, it is a subscript, and then when it goes above, it is a superscript. So let's try to make these two to come below this normal text. So these two should be below. So the HTML tag is, before this one, let's give one line break here so that it appears on the new line. These two should be below, so it should be SUB. Sub stands for subscript. After that, this subscript, it should be close here, because we do not want this O to be at the bottom of a normal text. So these two should come below. So these two, it will come below a normal text like this. Now let's go back and then let's give one instead of PR. Now let's try to use X square. Now if we save it, and then go and then refresh it. These two should be at the top of this normal letter X. So the HTML tag is sub. So sub stands for superscript. So let's, since we want only these two should be at the top, so we have to open it before these two and then close it right after that particular number, letters, or anything you want it to appear at the top. So let's go back, and then if we refresh it, that particular two will be at the top of a normal text. So those are some of the basic things we can work around with fonts in HTML, like to change a font color, to change a font style, to change a font size, how to give it to a new line, or else how to use this subscript and then a superscript. So when we actually use it, use all these text, you can use all this combination at once, or you can use it in place where you actually need it. Say like when you work around with some particular headings, you may want to change only the font color, or else in some particular documents you may want to change it to font color, and then you may want to change a font size also. So it does not mean that you have to use only a particular tag for a particular paragraph or a particular headings. You can use all of this combination to a particular or headings, or else you can use all of this combination of different HTML tags for a paragraph or so on. So those are some of the basic things we can work around with fonts in HTML. So thank you so much. Class.